Hi guys, I'm here with I don't need to say his name. Madhavan is here with me today actually. Thank you so much Madhavan for doing this.
Thank you, Chetan.
Thank you. We are actually at Madhavan's home in Dubai, and by quirk of fate, both of us happen to be in this city. So the idea here Madhavan is कि हम बस बात करेंगे जैसे दो दोस्त बात कर रहे हैं. एम ये नहीं है कि एक फिल्म का करियर का बात करें ये वो. आई थिंक जो मेरे रीडर्स हैं, जो मेरे व्यूअर्स हैं, वो इसमें बहुत इंटरेस्टेड होते हैं कि जो भी इंसान लाइफ में कुछ बना है वो कैसे बना है. एंड इसलिए आज आप मॉडेस्ट मत बनना, बिकॉज़ वेरी मॉडेस्ट इमेज हुआ.
बहुत डिफिकल्ट है मेरे लिए.
हाँ, बहुत ज्यादा मतलब नहीं, मेरा तो ऐसे ही हो गया सर. ऐसे नहीं करना है क्योंकि पीपल हैव टू लर्न. और लोगों को मैं ये भी बता दूं कि आई हैपन टू जस्ट सी अ फिल्म दैट इज स्टिल टू बी रिलीज्ड कॉल्ड रॉकेटरी, which is the latest one, which is fantastic. I'll let Madhavan talk about it. So we are going to talk about rocketry. We're going to talk about Madhavan the person, what makes him tick. Because मैंने इनका थोड़ी रिसर्च करने की कोशिश की तो 60 पिक्चरें तो मैंने गिन ली हैं.
85.
Is it 85?
85.
So it's like I had reached 60 and TV shows भी हैं 12-15.
जी 15 100. मतलब मैंने कुल मिला के कुछ 1500 एपिसोड्स किए हैं ऑन टीवी.
आपके हैं 2-3 ट्विन ब्रदर्स तो सारे लगे हुए हैं इंडस्ट्री में, ऐसा कुछ हो रहा है. आई मीन आई इवन सॉ यू डिड अ सावधान इंडिया का एपिसोड आल्सो यार.
या
दैट इज समथिंग. You did one episode of Southern India, you did Tol Mol Ke Bol. So we're going to talk about everything. And but the latest baby is always the cutest and the most darling baby. So right now it's Rocketry.
जी.
So let me tell you a little bit about Rocketry, then I'll let Madhavan tell. Rocketry is a fantastic film about an ISRO scientist, and he's called Nambi as a nickname. And what all happened to him, how instrumental he was in making in India's ISRO what it is today, but how badly he was also treated because of something. So, Maddie, you want to talk about Rocketry? And the beauty of Rocketry is Maddie's acting in it. Maddie has written it. Maddie has directed it. Maddie had also served water on the sets. I don't know what all.
Short up, yeah, that's called producing.
He's a producer also. So, talk about Rocketry a bit before we get on to you deep.
Great, thanks. Chetan, first of all, it's a pleasure to have you at home and talking to you because I've been a huge fan of your work for the longest time. I have, मतलब मैं अक्सर किताब नहीं पढ़ता क्योंकि मैं पता नहीं मेरे में क्या बीमारी है कि मुझे बीच में नींद आ जाती है. स्क्रिप्ट पढ़ते वक्त भी मुझे नींद आ जाती है, तो मुझे काफ़ी टाइम लगता है पढ़ने में. आपका एक किताब है which is 5 Point Someone, जहाँ से मुझे प्यार ही हो गया किताबों से. एंड
ज़्यादा ही प्यार हो गया
कि पिक्चर भी कर रहे हो तो उस पे. हाँ. और आज मुझे चेतन मतलब 2 दिन पहले इन्होंने बताया कि इनके किरदार को मैंने निभाया उस फिल्म में. So it's a pleasure and an honor.
Yeah, and actually we are going all over the place, but that's okay. जब दो दोस्त बात करते हैं ऐसे होता है. We have also taken part in another show called Decoupled, which is coming on Netflix. So जब वो आएगा उसके बारे में फिर हम तब बात करेंगे. But yeah, we have had a chance to work together again.
Yes.
And now today we are in Dubai together. Anyway, so
going back to Rocketry. Rocketry was a passion project. मतलब ये एक ऐसे इंसान के बारे में जिसे मुझे लगता है कि हमारे लिए एक नेशनल डिससर्विस होगा. मेरे हिसाब से थोड़ी बहुत गद्दारी होगी देश के साथ अगर आप इस आदमी के बारे में नहीं जानते हो तो.
लोग नहीं जानते कौन है नंबी.
जी. तो
अब मैं जानता हूँ, मैंने फिल्म देख ली.
हाँ. और मैं इसका महत्व बताता हूँ क्योंकि एक है कि एक इंसान रॉकेट साइंटिस्ट बन जाता है और आप इंजीनियर हो, मैं भी इंजीनियर हूँ, मुझे पता है.
हमने एक दिन नहीं करी दोनों ने, तो हमें नंबी से कंपेयर मत करो.
नहीं, उसकी बात नहीं है. हाँ. मैंने कहने का मतलब ये है कि हमारे आज की दुनिया में जो भी बड़े एडवांसमेंट हुए हैं टेक्नोलॉजिकली, लाइक सेफ रोड सेफ्टी से लेके आर्थ्रोस्कोपिक सर्जरी से लेके ये सारे जो हाई एंड इंटरनेट लेके ये सारे स्पेस रिसर्च के आउटपुट है. ये नासा से लेके बाकी सारी स्पेस एजेंसी जिन्होंने टेक्नोलॉजी डेवलप किया वो आम आदमी की भलाई के लिए आज आया हुआ है. और ऐसी एक डेवलपमेंट नंबी नारायण सर ने भी की कि उन्होंने एक ऐसा इंजन बनाया जो आज तक कभी फेल ही नहीं हुआ. उसको उन्होंने अपने मेंटोर विक्रम साराभाई के बारे में के नाम पे उन्होंने नेम किया. उस इंजन का नाम है विकास इंजन, जो आज तक का एक इतिहास है कि वो कभी फेल नहीं हुआ.
सो गाइस, जो इसरो के सारे रॉकेट होते हैं उसमें एक विकास इंजन लगता है, which is you have to see the movie to find out, but it's the person Nambi invented it and he named it after Vikram A. Sarabhai. So Vikas, who was the founder of ISRO. He was also founder of my college. Actually, I am Ahmedabad. So our library is called Vikram Sarabhai Library. Yeah.
तो जो इस इंसान के बारे में जब मैं पहली बार सुना, मुझे पता चला कि इन पे ना, मुझे पता ही नहीं था कि इन्होंने ये इंजन इन्वेंट किया है। मुझे पता चला कि एक इसरो साइंटिस्ट के बारे में कमाल की कहानी है। उनका एक अफेयर था मॉरिशियन वुमन के साथ, और उन पे ये इल्ज़ाम था कि उन्होंने इंडिया का जो रॉकेटरी सीक्रेट्स है वो $800 मिलियन के लिए पाकिस्तान को बेच दिया था, और उन्होंने ये मालदीवियन वुमन के साथ अफेयर किया, फिर उनको जेल में डाल दिया गया, फिर उनको मारा पीटा, उनको टॉर्चर किया गया, और बाद में पता चला कि एक्चुअली बेकसूर है, और उनको छोड़ दिया। जब ये कहानी मुझे पता चला, मैंने कहा यार अच्छी कहानी बन रही है, कोई इंडियन टाइप की जेम्स बॉन्ड फिल्म है, जाके देख सुनते तो हैं इस आदमी से कि ये कहना क्या चाहते हैं। तो बकायदा हम अनंत महादेवन जी के साथ हम गए वहाँ पे ट्रिवेंड्रम में, और मैं इनसे मिला, और जब मैं इनसे मिला मैं बौखला गया यार। इस इंसान के चेहरे पे एक तेवर थी, उसके आंखों में एक वो पैशन से ज़्यादा मैं कहता हूँ एक एक बीटन एनिमल का होता है ना, एक कि मेरे साथ ये देश ऐसा क्यों कर रहा है वाला लुक, और फिर भी मैं नहीं छोड़ूंगा, फिर भी भारत भारत करूंगा, वो कर रहे थे वो। मुझे लगा कि ये इंसान की कहानी इतना सिंपल नहीं हो सकता। मुझे उनसे मिलते ही मुझे एहसास हो गया कि ये साधारण आदमी नहीं है, इनके पीछे एक गहरी कहानी है। तो मुझे रिसर्च करना पड़ेगा। लॉन्ग स्टोरी शॉर्ट, जब मैंने रिसर्च का कुछ 3 साल लगे मुझे रिसर्च करने के लिए, और उसके बाद जो कहानी उभर के आई है, मुझे लगता है कि उसे सुनते ही मेरे आंखों में आंसू आ गई।
नहीं आंसू ही नहीं आए। आई मीन इट्स गाइस, आप देखेंगे फिल्म तो उसमें आपको पता चलेगा कि इसरो करता क्या है, कैसे है। उसमें एक्चुअली एपीजे कलाम जी हैं, विच आई डोंट नो इफ यू नो, ही वाज द प्रेसिडेंट, एंड बहुत ही यूथ के लिए बहुत ही इंस्पायरिंग आइकन है। लेकिन उससे पहले वो इसरो में थे, डीआरडीओ में थे, एंड ही इज लाइक अ scientist basically. So Nambi ji could have been like in the same, he
was in fact वो contemporaries थे, वो एक दूसरे के साथ compete करते थे।
हाँ, and कलाम करके बुलाते थे
जी। और इस इंसान की कहानी को जब मैंने सुना तो मेरा अस्तित्व हिल गया। मतलब मेरा एक अंदर से एक जुनून पैदा हो गया कि यार नहीं, मुझे कुछ भी करके इस आदमी की कहानी सुनानी है, and that's how rocketry came.
So that बहुत अच्छा कि आपने इस पॉइंट पे लाया, क्योंकि आपने बोला जुनून, आपके अंदर से जुनून जागा। नाउ यू had your birthday recently. If you're not a young lady.
No, I'm 51.
So good, you are. I wouldn't have asked your age, पर आपने खुद ही बता दिया। बहुत से लोग जो मेरे YouTube पे आते हैं, they are young. I mean, 18, 25 is the maximum group, and वो कहते हैं सर हमें लाइफ में जुनून ही नहीं है। जुनून तो क्या, बिल्कुल मोटिवेशन ही नहीं है। जुनून इज पैशन, मतलब एक वेरी हाई डिग्री ऑफ मोटिवेशन। तो आई थिंक कोई मोटिवेशन नहीं है, कुछ लाइक आई डोंट नो क्या हो गया है, बट कुछ भी करने का मन नहीं करता। एंड यू आर 51 एंड यू सेड कि हाँ, मतलब केरला में कोई रहता है ओल्ड मैन, उसकी कहानी थी, उसकी कहानी बनाएंगे, और ना सिर्फ बनाएंगे, उसमें एक्टिंग करेंगे, प्रोड्यूस करेंगे, डायरेक्ट करेंगे, लिखेंगे। कहाँ से आ रहा है जुनून एट 51? लोग तो कहते हैं कि अब हो गया, अब तो मैंने जिंदगी जी ली। तो एट 51 माधवन इज हैविंग सो मच जुनून, एंड अ 20-year-old इज जस्ट seeing TikTok, Instagram reels, not figuring out क्या करूं लाइफ में। What makes you this way?
I think यार मैं भी ना एक छोटे गांव से आया हूँ, ठीक है, और मेरी भी मतलब पढ़ाई लिखाई जो है, ऐसा नहीं कि मेरे पिताजी बहुत बड़े इंसान थे।
जमशेदपुर में आपका
जमशेदपुर बिहार में खास करके उस वक्त। और मैं इसलिए ये कह रहा हूँ कि मेरा जो पालन पोषण हुआ था, जिस तरीके के स्कूल पे मैं गया था, उसमें बहुत सारे लोग थे, और हमारा एक ही टीचर था, हमारा वही स्कूल था।
मतलब आपकी क्लास में कभी किसी ने नहीं देख के बोला था ये लड़का हीरो बनेगा?
नहीं। इनफैक्ट हमारे स्कूल में तो ये मतलब ये कह रहा था कि ये नालायक बनेगा क्योंकि ये इंजीनियरिंग या डॉक्टरी करना नहीं चाहता। जो कि हमारी 3 इडियट्स की कहानी है, ठीक है, वो बिल्कुल सही था, बिल्कुल वही, ठीक है। मैं ये कहना चाह रहा हूँ कि उसी प्लेटफॉर्म से मैं चढ़ा यार चेतन। तो मैं उन लोगों को ये कहना चाहता हूँ जो कहते हैं कि मोटिवेशन नहीं है।
तो मतलब आप ऐसे ये नहीं था क्लास में टॉपर हो या ऐसा कुछ?
वो तो दूर की बात है, मैं वो नहीं कह रहा हूँ। मैं कह रहा हूँ कि हमारे सारे अध्यापक सेम थे, स्कूल के फैसिलिटी सेम थे, जहाँ पे हमने सब पढ़ा, पर हमारा सक्सेस लेवल अलग अलग रहे हैं। एक ऐसा नहीं हुआ कि दून स्कूल से कुछ एक बैच के सारे लोग वर्ल्ड लीडर्स बन गए, नहीं है, ठीक है, कुछ बन जाते हैं।
तो ऐसा क्यों होता है? वही तो हम फिगर आउट करने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं।
वही मैं कहने की कोशिश कर रहा हूँ कि बहुत पहले मेरे को एक एहसास हो गया कि मुझे क्या नहीं करना। मेरे पिताजी चाहते थे कि मैं इंजीनियरिंग करूँ, और मैं समझ गया था कि मुझे इंजीनियर बनना नहीं है, क्योंकि इंजीनियर बनने का मतलब उस वक्त ये था कि एक ही जगह पे बैठ के टाटा स्टील में 18 साल वही काम करूँ, जो मेरे से होने वाला नहीं था। तो मुझे पता था कि मुझे क्या नहीं करना है, और मैंने रियलाइज किया कि मुझे करना कहना क्या है एज आर माधवन, दुनिया में वो कहना क्या चाहता है यार, उसका पर्पस क्या है, ठीक है।
किस एज पे हो रहा था
ये मेरे 17 साल का, और आज भी वही होता है कि जब भी मैं पूछता हूँ, ऐसा नहीं है कि हम लोग डिमोटिवेट नहीं होते चेतन, ऐसा नहीं है कि जो ये हमारे व्यूअर्स फील करते हैं कि यार मेरा कुछ बन नहीं रहा है, वो होता नहीं, क्योंकि
फिल्में आपकी भी फ्लॉप हुई हैं,
बहुत खास, बहुत जबरदस्त फ्लॉप हुई है, मेरी भी नहीं, शाहरुख खान की भी हुई है, सबके बड़े बड़े लोगों के होते हैं, और हमारा सुख दुख और अचीवमेंट का जो लेवल होता है ना, वो एक लेवल के बाद उससे आगे कितना जाते हो उस पर निर्भर करता है। हाँ। ऐसा नहीं है कि हुसैन बोल्ट को 40 गोल्ड मेडल मिल गया तो वो 40 गुना सबसे ज्यादा खुश है, उसी खुशी की जो लिमिट है वो लिमिटेड है। हाँ। और उसी तरह डिसअपॉइंटमेंट और लूजिंग ऑफ होप की भी लिमिट बहुत कम है। हाँ। यू जस्ट हैव टू गो वन मोर स्टेप, वन मोर डे। जब आपको लगता है कि आपको मोटिवेशन नहीं है तो उस दिन को छोड़ दो यार, आप उस दिन आराम से रहो, कुछ खास ट्राई मत करो, पर इफ यू डू वन डे एट अ टाइम, 1 hour एट अ टाइम, बट यू नो व्हाट यू हैव टू से। चेतन, लाइक आपने भी एक बहुत डिफिकल्ट डिसीजन लिया था, आप एक अच्छा खासा इंजीनियर हैं, IIM से पढ़े लिखे हैं, हर एक इंडिया के माँ बाप चाहेगा कि आपकी तरह एक सुपुत्र हो जो ये हमारी ड्रीम थी, IIT IIM नौकरी।
और हाँ, मैंने बात की है वो ड्रीम लोगों के
और आपने वो इम्पोर्टेंट डिसीजन लिया कि मुझे ये मेरा ड्रीम नहीं है, मेरे को लिखना है। इट्स एक होता है कि किसी से आप मिलो, तो मेरे लिए जो मंत्र था वो था कि किसी से मिलो, देन लुक बियॉन्ड द ऑब्वियस एंड मीट देम एज इंडिविजुअल्स एंड रिस्पेक्ट देम। तो मेरे लिए क्या हुआ था कि जब मैं एक्टर, तो मतलब मेरे एक ड्रीम थी कि मैं बहुत बड़ा एक्टर बनूंगा ना, जैक ऑफ ऑल ट्रेड्स एंड मास्टर ऑफ सम करके मैंने एम्बिशन में लिखा था माय 12th grade इन कनाडा।
अच्छा।
हाँ, मैंने दैट आई रिटन व्हेन आई वाज 17 years old.
So in grade 12 somewhere they told you to write your ambition and you wrote?
It's still there in my book. I put it up on Instagram where I said to become a rich and famous actor and a master of jack of all trades and a master of some.
Oh wow.
That is actually the words I've written.
So people think big early. If a boy in Jamshedpur, now लोगों को मैं ये बताना चाहता हूँ कि अब लगता है हाँ he dreamt that, but when you are in Jamshedpur and 17 there is no reason for you to dream that. You can maximum dream कि मैं एक दिन ये स्टील के प्लांट में काम करूँगा।
बॉस, gosh, ड्रीम्स में तो आप लगाम लगा ही नहीं सकते, लगाना भी नहीं चाहिए। एंड मैं कह रहा हूँ बी अ फूल, बी एन इडियट, लाइक यूर सेइंग ना, कि ऐसे ड्रीम्स देखो कि तुम्हारे सामने वाले ना बौखला जाए, पर वो सपना देखना बहुत जरूरी है। कभी नहीं सोचा था कि अमित जी मुझे जानेंगे और हर बर्थडे में मुझे विश करेंगे। अमिताभ बच्चन है, वो खुदा माना जाते थे इंडस्ट्री के। जब हम लोग वहां पे जमशेदपुर में थे, उनका नाम लेने से
अभी भी है
मैं कह रहा, बट मेरी दूरी देखिए उस वक्त जमशेदपुर में बैठकर मैं उनकी पिक्चरें देखता था अपने क्लब में, और अमिताभ बच्चन जी का नाम लेते ही सबके मतलब रोंगटे खड़े हो जाते और उनको ले, और अचानक मैं उनके साथ खड़ा हूँ, उनके साथ पिक्चरें कर रहा हूँ, वो मुझे मैडी कह रहे हैं। ये मुमकिन है, किसी ने सोचा नहीं था, मैंने सोचा था होगा एक दिन, मुझे पता था कि मैं एक दिन कमल हासन से मिलूंगा। मैं ये कह रहा हूँ मोटिवेशन के तौर पे कि कोई भी सपना देखने से आपको डरना नहीं चाहिए। वो अगर जिस दिन आपने अपने सपने देखने बंद कर दिए, उस दिन मान लीजिए कि आप स्टैग्नेट हो गए।
When you are with people, you don't check your phone.
Yeah.
No, it's big. I mean, I'm asking because phone addicted generation ये वीडियो देख रही है। हाँ. हम सब हैं, मैं भी हूँ। And I don't know उस फोन में ऐसा क्या है जो हमें लगता है जरूर देखें, जरूर। But you don't do it. Even and you probably are getting lot of important messages, काम के मैसेज, किसी को कोई शूट के डेट में डन किया है, hundreds of films and shows, then कुछ ना कुछ तो important हो ही रहा होता है। But you don't. And I noticed that. So tell me about that a bit more.
That is more to maintain my sanity and also to be present completely when I'm speaking to you. I think it's also sort of a respect, but not that if somebody doesn't do that, I find that disrespectful. People have important jobs.
Do you think it's good? What is happening? These youngsters addicted to their phones, or I mean, how can they cut it down? Why? What will make them understand that this is not good for them?
I'm not entirely sure that it's not good for them.
No, there is some useful things for sure. You can learn things and you can apply for your college, and the phone. You are doing Zoom classes on. आजकल स्कूल बंद है कोरोना में तो हाँ, but I'm saying still there's a lot of time being wasted on these silly apps and video games and pornography. I mean, that's a huge.
Yeah, so there are the downsides of screen time, which is like you said, if you're at a younger age and you're indulging in pornography or looking at videos that you shouldn't be looking at.
Yeah, or video games, PUBG and all. It's just
they're all violent based video games, which I think get in the way. Now, if those are the things that essentially contribute to thinking that you're living a useless, unmotivated life,
I think it's causing that.
It is, because every time you see a video game character doing things like jumping up a building, literally, you start feeling that you don't possess those Superman powers. Okay, you can't do shit like that. And that culture is what led to all these gun-related violence in the US as well. Thankfully, we're not that sort of a society. So it's definitely detrimental, the kind of content you indulge in. So if you're going to be only on video games, the good part is, being on the screen time. There have been young millionaires right now. We've had millionaires who are YouTube geniuses and
Definitely.
develop apps and stuff at the age of 14, 16 and are
If they're
billionaires.
learning something, they're making something out of it.
Making something out of. So anybody who's passing a judgment on them, including parents, have to make sure that you're not stopping a young billionaire from being produced. But if it's only video games, or if it is something that doesn't relate to you culturally, then there's going to be a shock. Yeah. And that shock can either manifest, that's what I'm saying, that shock can either manifest itself into something really creative or something very destructive.
It doesn't bother you like, oh, उस एक्टर को तो 100 करोड़ मिल गए पिक्चर के और ये हो गया.
हाँ, मेरे को क्या बॉदर करता है पता है कि 100 करोड़ मिल गए, पर उससे तेरे लाइफ में क्या फर्क पड़ा? तू वही ट्रैफिक में है, बड़ी गाड़ी में, जो कि मैं उसी ट्रैफिक में हूँ. मेरे को भी उतनी टाइम लगने वाला है बॉम्बे में पहुंचने के लिए, और मुझे भी उतनी देर के लिए सुसु रोक के रखना है. तो ऐसा नहीं है कि तेरा लाइफ बेटर हो गया. तू जो हॉस्पिटल में जाएगा वहां पे मैं भी जा सकता हूँ, तू जो स्कूल में जाएगा वहां मैं अपने बच्चे को पढ़ा सकता हूँ. तो फर्क क्या है? मैं खुश कितना हूँ? तो अगर आप मुझे बोलोगे कि हर रोज मुझे ना कोई डिजाइनर कपड़े पहन के जाना पड़ेगा बिकॉज आई एम बीइंग क्लिक्ड एवरी डे, मैं तो पागल हो जाऊंगा.
मतलब you said you're happy. What makes you? It's not money. You're not. The game is not money for you. The game is not massive fame or relative comparison. The game is not magazine covers. The game is not, all these kind of interviews and glamour is also not the game. What is the game for you?
The fact that I am able to do what I want, the fact that nothing is getting in the way of my doing the kind of stories that I want. And see, so if I think about God, the most overwhelming attitude when I pray is gratitude. And so there is a mantra in that. I'm just saying, you can't. Satisfaction and complacency is a killer for innovation and growth. So I don't let that ever come into my life. But I am happy because the things that make me happy are a preconditioning from when I was a kid. So a dog makes me happy, yaar. Okay, a diamond earring doesn't make my wife happy. Thankfully, my wife is not into jewelry. She doesn't know how to. She says, यार एक diamond तुम solitaire तो दे दिया, मैं होटल में रखती हूँ. By the desk मेरे को रात को नींद नहीं आती कि यार I will take it tomorrow. That's not me. So I'm just saying, for me, the fact that I'm getting to this exciting conversation with you at this stage, and there is no way this could have been manifested by either of us, right? Or I'm doing rocketry for the first time in my life, or learning how to direct on the set. All that is making me really, really happy. And I find it sad for people who would compare that happiness to the fact, नहीं तेरे पास तो Prada नहीं है, तेरे पास Rolls Royce नहीं है. तो मैं बोलता सही कह रहा हूँ यार. I mean, the best I can do is tell them हाँ तू सही कह रहा हूँ यार.
Yeah, but you do have a boat.
That's only between you and me.
It's a small boat. It's a modest boat. But it's not that small. It's not Are Maji Chappu. No, why I'm saying he needs to have a boat to get the captain's license. Yeah. I mean, that's your passion. So it's not like you're not a Sant Fakir.
Oh no.
Right.
No.
But at the same time, you enjoy the simple things and you don't use money as a yardstick of how successful you are. And especially, there are people who say, I'm the highest paid actor, I'm the highest paid male actor, I'm the highest paid female actor, and they make news about it.
It's a great achievement. It's a great achievement.
But it's not something that doesn't get you going.
No, that's not a race I'm running.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't be Usain Bolt cannot be jealous of Michael Schumacher. It's a completely different
The
profession.
game is it's not even the same sport.
Yeah, for me, it's the same industry, and you're right now one of the person who's getting the highest salary. One of these days, that situation is definitely going to go, and nobody in history is going to remember who was the highest paid actor in 1973. You don't care,
yeah.
I don't care.
Yeah, like for example, it may have been Rajesh Khanna, the time period, or Amitabh, I don't know.
And do you feel jealous of, you don't feel, and no, because what really matters to you is what is Rajesh Khanna do as a movie. When I hear a song, it gives me satisfaction. What a good actor, yeah. What a song he sang, what a emotions he did. That's what I want to be remembered about. That has got to be in my Wikipedia, man. Every film he did was
Pushpa.
Yeah.
I hate tears.
exactly.
We still talk about it.
Let's talk about it. That's what you're remembered for, not the fact that people used to plaster his wall with lipstick. It's not something that people will admire.
Yeah, and I think when you make it about that, when you say, "Ki, I will only be happy when I have so much box office or so much salary or so many fans," the day that doesn't happen, you are unhappy. And what you are saying is you try a lot to get the happiness from inside out rather than bahar ki cheezein se. If you feel like getting a captain's license, you'll get the captain's license, or if you feel like having a butta, you'll have a butta, because that's a lot more better sustainable way to be happy. Because if you say, okay, I'll only be happy if I get this movie or I'll get this box office. Right now, all the theaters are closed, so now the whole industry is supposed to be unhappy now.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, well, you're going to feel insecure about it. Everybody, I assure you, feels insecure. And like I said, it's relative to your position. But every producer, every director, every production house right now is feeling the pinch. They are trying to support their staff as much as possible.
Yeah.
But at the same time, existential questions are coming into play right now.
Okay, what are people doing? But not for you, because you've been getting a boating license.
No, but that doesn't mean that I'm not. Well, I'm a rocketry stuck for the last 2.5 years.
Yeah.
All my money is in that movie.
Oh, you funded
I
it.
funded and produced it, so I believed in it. So there you go.
Meeting someone very crazy, I hear, actually. But okay,
But
but
I
I'm
had
sure and like you said, it's already lined up and you have deals.
Yeah, but I mean, it's still my funders, like my producer, my partner in the film, Mr. Vijay Moolan and Varghese Moolan, they and us, both of us decided that we're not doing this movie for the sake of money. So we are very happy to have
Do
invested.
you do anything for the sake of money?
Yeah.
Now?
Yeah.
You still do?
Yeah, because you know what?
Ribbon cut.
Like online sessions, motivational talks, they're good for money. They're also you're doing a service, but you need to, man. I mean, if you've had passions and you have to have money to support your lifestyle. But thankfully, I have a family. As Sarita says, okay, if you want to move into a 2-bedroom house again, I'm okay with it. That's how we started out doing. I actually put all the money I've ever earned into rocketry. So if I had to produce a film, then I would produce a film which is highly commercial, right? Which showcases me as a superstar. You've seen the film, and I'm not.
Yeah, or like make a South remake of a blockbuster kind of.
That would have been my financially smart move. But like you say, if I'm making money, this for me is.
But then those movies, I don't think the Prime Minister would be tweeting about. If you go to Madhavan's timeline on Twitter, you can see the Prime Minister had wonderful things to say about the movie, which is an incredible thing. That he doesn't say it about any movie.
Yeah, well, I've had the most outstanding conversations with him, and I'm amazed at his grasp. In fact, he's so astute and he's so ahead of a conversation that it's remarkable just to talk to him. What an amazing day. Yeah.
You mentioned family, and you have a son now.
Yeah.
And he's 14, and I also have 2 sons. And one of the things I've noticed, I mean, not that well known, is he's a very good swimmer. He's represented India already in his age category and all. And being a swimmer, that's not an easy sport. No, right? That's not. It's no matter how. Firstly, it's not just about the natural talent of moving the bat and all. Even that's hard. You have to practice. But swimming is just hard labor to get there. I mean, there is Michael Phelps to anybody, no matter how good you are. And your son swims 4 hours a day. 6 hours a day of swimming, 12 kilometers, something like that. Crazy. 12 kilometers of swimming with your hands, guys. It's unimaginable, and it's every day. And it's his achievement. But I think as a parent, how did you manage that? Because मेरे पापा तो स्टार हैं, मैं क्यों मेहनत करूं? The whole nepotism thing, because you don't have a swimming nepotism. You literally have to get the timing and get the gold medal. Sport is where it doesn't work. I mean, that is something like this, where it's like individual sport. You can't even be like thrown into a team. Ki chalo bhai sambhal. So how is that happening?
So one question we didn't answer, which I think we look like we sidestepped it. We now want about this question about nepotism, right? And I will come back to my.
And
see, the thing is, I'm the exact opposite of it here. I don't know anybody in the industry. I have never gone to anybody to ask for any favor. The industry just adopted me. I mean, there were nice people who gave me breaks, and I held on to those grapes. There was sincerity. I wasn't overbearing, and I have had a really successful run. Nobody could have forced Mani Ratnam to take me. And nobody could have gotten a break like I got with my first film with the Mani Ratnam, A.R. Rahman, P.C. Sriram, Shalini, you name it. All of them are national award winners. That sort of a thing. Who can design a debut
like that?
Like that for me. Like there's nothing. I've not done anything for Mani Ratnam to give me that. Nor have I proved
I'm sure
myself.
he saw something in you.
What I'm saying is, yeah. So I'm saying if you have
and he was right. He's still around.
Yeah. So if you have a talent and you're sincere about it, you're going to find your way. Everybody does that, okay? And the only industry in the world today that you cannot decide to be part of. This is the only industry. You could be the biggest actor's son. You can get as many opportunities as you want, or the most beautiful woman's daughter. The final acceptance is of the public. So this is the only industry where you cannot decide to be part of it. The industry will decide whether you're a part of it or not. So yeah, the same. Everybody will face all sorts of brickbats and nepotism and everything. But fortunately for me, it's just been a cakewalk. I don't know how, but it has been. So that is one point. As far as my son is concerned, see, the thing is, I was always afraid that my son is going to bear the brunt of the fact that I'm a star. Okay, and I know that it's still going to happen. Somewhere or the other, his success will be compared to mine. His ability to communicate will be compared to mine. His ability to be a nice person will be compared to mine. I'm just preparing him for it. I'm saying this is going to happen, beta, and so you will be prepared for it. The advantage of being a star son is I can give you a great life right now. The disadvantages are that you're always going to be compared to me. So be prepared for it. Just see if you can find your own calling. That's more important than trying to be an actor or a star. Strangely for him, his calling was swimming. He was a water baby. From when he was 4 years old, he just was great with water. He loved to go into the water. And then
I love going to the water, but I don't think that translates to 6 hours a day, 12
yeah, so he got an inclination when we started. He said, I want to swim with a coach. And he had to go at 4 in the morning when he was 9 years old, when he was 10 years old.
4 in the morning he had to go?
Yeah, so
the alarm was set for
4. And I used to keep thinking I would have to come and wake him up. Beta chalo. Not once. In fact, he would wake me up. He was there, ready at 4 o'clock. His alarm would go off. He'll be ready. He'll wear this cold thing and towel. He'll go down and he'll swim for 2 hours, come back and go to school. So when he started doing it on his own without me having to wake him up, we started pushing him to see, hey, do you want to have this diet? Do you want to make sure you want to? And he says yes to everything. And before he was 13 or 14, he was getting state level medals and he's got some crazy amount of...
But that fame and this whole thing of I don't know. I'm from Delhi, so maybe you're not familiar with this. Tu janta nahi hai mera baap kaun hai. Like that has not.
I'll be very disappointed if Vedant ever says that. I have always told him that that
for 2 reasons. One, it's not a good thing to say, and second, everybody knows uska baap kaun hai. That's a joke.
Okay.
As we end this, Bhutta ho gaya, ship license ho gaya, 3 Idiots ho gaya, Rang De Basanti ho gaya, Tanu Manu ho gaya, lots of Tamil films ho gayi, sab ho gaya. What else is left? Is there anything left? Or where is Madhavan at 61, you think?
Oh, still pursuing technology and seeing how it can be translated for the good of mankind. That is my passion. I would want to, maybe I've always dreamt of having a farm where I will take care of animals, which is another passion that I've always wanted to do. I love animals. I also want to bask in the success of the glory of people that have learned from me. My son maybe, or the other people who who followed me.
Maybe these guys who will get inspired and go on to do great things.
Yes,
that.
So that would be. I think I'd still be wanting to be the alpha male on in the premises for sure.
Yeah, no, that I think is very, very, guys. You heard him today, and it was as candid as it gets, and you can see. At least I saw a lot of positivity in you. No matter what it is, you look at the bright side of life. नहीं मेरे साथ तो अच्छा ही हुआ है. नहीं मेरे को तो खराब लोग मिले ही नहीं. नहीं मेरा रोल तो अच्छा ही था. नहीं मेरे पैसे तो अच्छे ही थे. मुझे तो पैसे चाहिए ही नहीं थे. So guys, ये एक attitude होता है. He may make it seem like it's so effortless, but there's a certain way you need to be. There's a hardworking nature, of course. You don't just do 85 films like that, and that hardworking nature is there in your son also, swimming 6 hours a day. That is incredible, and I have seen it firsthand after having worked with you on Decoupled, especially the way you let everybody on the sets, take it easy and everything, and nobody feels that there is like, because in Decoupled there were no known like no big actors apart from you, but nobody felt that director was so young. He was like but he felt super comfortable.
Actually, the last point.
And the show has you making a fool of yourself in
Yeah.
front of me,
Yeah.
which is you never because that was the character. But
Yeah.
you someone could have said, "ये मेरे से क्या करवा रहे हो?"
No. Oh my God. It kind of gives me, it feels repulsive in some way. That's a show that you need to do that, right? But one thing that was very beautiful in my life is I had the opportunity of meeting some of the greatest achievers in the world. From Modi Sahab to other guys, it'll be pompous of me to actually say it, but I met the who's who in terms of success. And the one thing that I found common to all of them, from be it Ratan Tata or Narayan Murthy, anybody, is they are genuinely and actually humble people.
Yeah.
You won't believe the humility that Mr. Bachchan has. You have to experience to understand. They always have a facade to keep the unwanted things away. But deep inside, the insecurity and the humility. And I keep saying, you're so humble. And Amit ji used to tell me, we have reason to be.
Yeah.
We have a lot of reasons to be humble, dude. It's not. So, and I realized the fall from grace for all these actors is so much that can actually crush your soul. So they don't let this fall happen at all. It's,
Since you met so many people and you yourself are of that background, एक चीज जो मेरे से लोग बहुत पूछते हैं, last question it will be, can a boy or a girl from a small town India, Jamshedpur, middle class, can they make it in life?
So as of now, last question and I'm answering that. As of now, all the top successful people in the world today, including in India, be it cricket or any field, are all from small towns.
Wow.
Bottom line.
So that's the evidence.
Yeah, you take Dhoni, you take Kohli, you take anybody, Shah Rukh, anybody. We're all from small towns.
So guys, and then evidence is there in front of you. Don't lose heart. Stay motivated. Before I end, I'll just say like Warren Buffett, who I was in banking, so he's a big legend investor, one of the richest people in the world. उनका इंटरव्यू में एक बार देख रहा था और उनसे पूछा कि उनके पास इतने पैसे हैं ना, billions like, and they asked him, what do you enjoy doing the most? He said, मुझे लोगों के साथ बैठ के गप्पे मारना बड़ा अच्छा लगता है. Today we have done that, and we are like having a lifestyle of billionaires.
That is true.
So nothing like a great conversation. Thank you guys for listening in. Please do comment what you thought of this and anything else you'd like to know, and stay motivated. And yeah, anybody can make it.
That's
All
right.
the people who've made it are people from simple backgrounds. So yeah,
Thank you, Chetan. Thank you, guys. Have a good one.
thank you. Take care.